favorite TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning, this is Elevate Television Advancing Kingdom Lifestyle, and this is the Wednesday edition, and I'm your host Moses Muiruri, and they say that riding is the closest you'll ever get to flying. So please get yourself a ride. And as we begin our program today, let's do the drill. Remember the drill, the link is already out, and it's on Facebook already and on YouTube. Let's share it right away. Make sure you share it on to your friends, all your friends. Let them enjoy the program today. I'm on it. There I go. Elevate Television. And those of you who have not liked Elevate Television on YouTube and on Facebook, please do, so that you can get the prompts that come every morning, so that you can enjoy this the broadcast and every other program that comes. We are here to advance kingdom lifestyle and to bring you wonderful shows that you can enjoy and be part of it. As a quote, one biker said, life is not about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about learning how to ride in the rain. And today we have a biker. Nasiyo Nduthi. This is a biker, and we'll be able to see this community, see what these guys are into. And let's just get into the life of a biker. You know, you are so used to these guys who carry you around. That's not a biker, that's a Nduthi guy. We're going to talk about a biker. And these are guys who ride bikes 2,000 cc, 2,500 cc. I mean, these guys, we'll be asking him if these guys worry about their lives. But they say, fear, what you fear is on the other side.
Of excitement.
Of excitement. Amen. Well, Mike, karibu, hii ndio Elevate. Angalia ile screen, waambie wewe ni nani, tuanze hiki.
Shukran. My names are Michael Kahenya Maora. I go by the name Kchael Michaels on social media and in business. I am a psychologist by profession.
Where? Psychologist?
Yes.
Utanitibia chali moja hapa hivi.
Yeah, but currently I'm in business, doing motorcycle business, selling bikes, gear, and accessories.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
A psychologist and
By profession.
By profession.
Yes.
And you're selling bikes and gear and accessories. Wow. You know, I have to admit, at least today I admit publicly, that I've really wanted to ride those big bikes. But the fear can't allow me.
No, you can't.
And I wanted to be, carried by a guy,
Okay.
and just enjoy that breeze. But
feeling.
when I imagine the kind of speed the guy is going to be on, I can't risk it. So today you're going to help me risk it, right?
I should have come riding.
So Michael, yeah, man, you should have come riding into this place, and see what to do. Tell me, Mike,
Yes.
when did you start riding?
I first
Or maybe how did it all begin? Everybody has a beginning point.
Well, the first time I sat on a motorcycle was immediately after my high school education. After I was done with KCSE, that was in 2008.
Wow.
So that was the first time I sat on a bike, on a motorcycle. It was a 750cc Yamaha, 1986 model.
750
cc.
cc Yamaha.
Yes.
What? Wow. And so you decided I'll be riding these things from now on.
Yes. Before that, I had not been into any kind of sports. I've never been a sports person, per se. But motorcycles kind of filled the gap.
Wow.
Yes, and they filled the gap that sports had left in my life.
So there's hope for everyone.
There's hope for everyone.
That's what you should say, eh? There's
Yes.
hope for everyone.
Yes.
If you've never, Yeah, because well, you guys, man, I really envy you. Yeah, tell me, when you began biking,
Yes.
so when you just sat on that thing, how did you get? These bikes are expensive, and these bikes are big.
True.
How did you get into it?
So once I sat on the bike, I got into riding. I got the excitement of riding. I happened to broker a sale.
Broker a sale.
Yes,
Wow.
I had just gotten into campus, so this was 3 years into my riding. So one of my friends decided he was going to sell his bike, and I managed to get a buyer for it.
Wow.
So one thing led to the other. In campus, you always want that extra coin
Yes.
from wherever you can get it. So one thing led to the other, and I realized my passion could also make me money.
Wow. So did you ride in campus? Were you going to class
Yes.
with a bike?
Yes, yes, I used to.
I don't want to ask you about many things, but I mean, in campus with a bike, aye, that's the guy. That's the man.
Yes, it
You're
comes
the
with
man.
its packs.
Yeah?
It comes with its own packs.
Yeah, it comes with its own package. Yeah, I agree with you. Tell me. Now I'm imagining,
Yeah.
in campus, in college,
Yeah.
and a guy comes in, the best one could do was come with a normal bike,
Exactly.
and especially the sports bike.
Okay.
The sports bike, the one you lean on.
Yeah.
Now you are coming, my friend, with a real bike.
Well, yeah,
I'm sure you are very popular.
well, not as popular because unfortunately I was also a snob. I'm an introvert. Personally, I'm an introvert. So
Really? Bikers, man, these are wild guys,
no. There are all kinds of characters when it
it's
comes
a mob
to bikers.
mentality.
It's a mob. The mob mentality works very well when we are together. Very well when we are together.
Wow. Is it a culture? Is biking a culture? There's, of course, okay, let me confess my sins.
Okay.
The best we know about bikes is what we watch.
Okay.
You watch these guys with bandanas and glasses, and they come in a group and they smash you. They come and block your way, and if you talk, man, they will hit you badly. Is it a culture, or is that the way we do it?
No. That's a stereotype, but it's not the general culture of bikers. Especially here in Kenya, at least I have the advantage, or rather the advantage of saying that we are a bit more cultured, so to speak, a bit more noble, a bit more gracious in how we handle ourselves. Yes. So it is a culture, yes, but not that type of a culture.
So, okay, I would have asked if it is a cult, but it's a cult.
No, it's not a cult.
I'm just joking. The other, I mean, I have so many questions, but I don't know where to fit them in. Honestly, you're one-on-one with a biker. The nearest I've come to a biker is a guy, is a neighbor of mine.
Okay.
The guy has a bike, man. When he sits on that thing,
yes,
he rules the world.
It's a very nice.
And then the guy just, most of us, you've left the estate, you're in the jam. As the guy and that guy greets me all the time in the jam.
Probably it's his intention is to make
he'll always
jealous.
He'll always do that. I mean, and then once he does that, the next thing you see him is off.
Gone.
I mean, I like the feeling, but I can't risk. You are the body of the car.
Well, yes, technically yes.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, the risk associated,
Is it us who think it's risky?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, until you sit on a bike, that's when you realize it's not as dangerous as it
That attitude is very dangerous. One time, I went for a mission somewhere.
Yeah.
And how I could only enter was through Anduthi. It was Anduthi.
Yeah.
Man, I had to lecture that guy. Tell him, ukikimbia, nitashuka. Ukijaribu stunt,
Kukimbia.
nitashuka, na sitakulipa. And the guy had to go slowly,
He had to obey the command.
Yeah, bana, because, I think the mindset,
No, actually, what you did was very recommendable. Because even for me as a biker, getting on a bike and having somebody pillion me is always a mental task, because you're literally placing your life in somebody's hands. So I keep on telling people, the public, as you use your boda, it's good to speak. If you find that your rider is being careless, speak out. Because unfortunately, bikes, as you said, you're the body. So
yeah. Fortunately, of course, what one of the things I've really respected is the bikers, and they do this, you can tell. One thing about the bikers, number one, they are fully armored.
Yes.
You know, they are fully armored. You can see even, you can tell this is not a normal bike guy.
True.
Even, of course, the bike tells you, but
just the way the person is.
Yeah, apart from the boys who are trying life, you know, there are some boys who are trying life. Man, those guys, my goodness, this one, Alinipita. You know, I thought it was thunder.
Okay.
I shook
because of the way the bike was.
You know, I didn't see the guy from behind.
Okay.
I just heard boom. The next thing I'm seeing a guy.
And
I said, oh my God.
Well, bikes have the thrill. They have the thrill of speed. And the younger guys tend to be a bit reckless with the power that is
the thrill.
With the thrill that is in their hands. But I think much of the risk associated with is from a point of ignorance on the rider's part.
Okay.
Because with experience, I've come to realize most of these boda riders that you see will not gear up, not because they can't afford the gear, not because they, it's only because they don't know about gear and if its help and its effect in their safety as riders.
We are going to talk about that because I know you're running a project about bikes, and because I think that's one of the areas you really need to bring in and help the government, because I think when it comes to the bikes and bodas, safety is of essence.
True.
Because anything can happen. True. And accidents is not the part. Sometimes accidents don't happen because of you, because of another
road user.
True. So road users. So you find. I think for me that is one of the areas that we need to come to. Do you have personal stories? Personal thrills, you know.
Yes, I have a lot.
Oh, you're not a storyteller. You need to have those stories that would make me want to buy a bike.
That will make you want to buy a bike, yeah. One of my most memorable trips, I think, was a trip I did from Kampala to Mombasa.
Kampala?
Yes.
To Mombasa?
Yes.
On a bike?
Yes.
Gee.
I think that was one of the rides that comes to the forefront of my mind every time.
I think you guys like that, eh? There's a time I was in Makindu.
Yeah.
Was in Makindu. I saw, just a group of bikers just show up, at the food place.
Yeah.
Where? And they were not coming from behind the tent. From the dust, I could tell.
They had come from far. What happens with motorcycles? A motorbike will cruise easily at 150 kph.
Easily. 150?
Yes.
Na polisi haizi kukushika?
Probably I shouldn't have mentioned the exact figures on here, but you will easily cruise doing such speeds. You're not putting yourself, as a rider on the bike, you feel that you're not putting yourself at risk, you're not overworking the bike. And you realize the braking points of a car, how you drive and how you ride are a bit different. So you'll tend to save a lot more time on a motorcycle.
With jam, you really save a lot of time. You actually can time yourself.
Yes.
You know why I like bikes?
Yes.
I used to go to a certain office. There was this biker. Guys come, they park their cars, but then this just comes, just starts removing jackets, and then, there's something about bikers and the helmet. The guy carries the helmet and dundas,
Those are our
ama ni
accessories.
swag.
Hiyo ndio swag yetu.
Wewe
Hiyo
jamaa
ndio swag
ndio
yetu.
tuna kim helmet.
Hiyo ndio swag yetu.
You see, I've been observant.
Yeah, I can tell.
Hey,
Your journey into riding
and you know what?
has started.
She was a lady.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Hey, look, helmet, you know.
yeah, I can imagine.
It was intimidating.
But you can also start riding.
Right.
You can
Maybe
get into
I
it.
should ask, apart from that one, are all riders men?
Unfortunately, the bigger percentage is, but there are lady bikers. And with our local communities, the lady biker group is actually growing tremendously.
Wow.
And we are really, really impressed. It's leaving a beautiful mark.
I look forward. Siku
Yeah.
moja niingie church na kihelmet, you know.
Utakuwa sawa sana.
Asha zotanitupa nje. Nitaskaniwa haraka sana.
Angalia kile umebeba.
Man, this thing is good. Tell me about, now that you're saying about those long distances.
Yes.
One time I was listening to some guys, but these were very young guys.
Okay.
They were talking about Naivasha. In fact, I intercepted their chat
Okay.
somehow.
Okay.
And these guys were talking about Naivasha in 45.
Yes.
Were you among them?
I cannot confirm nor
Naivasha
deny.
in 45 minutes.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I was there, man. I was hearing Naivasha in 45.
Yes, it's very possible.
I tried to look at this.
Yes.
Then you, what is the speed at that time?
Doing from here to Naivasha is around how many kilometers? Around 70, give or take.
Yeah, 70, give or take.
So if you're going to average around 180, 200 kph, you will make it.
180.
Yes.
Chey.
A motorcycle will do that easy.
But ikipita na hiyo hata polisi haiziona number plate.
Actually, sometimes you'll find that traffic cops cheer us on, as in they enjoy the thrill.
Not even traffic cops. Amazing, I have to confess, I cheer you guys on. Gee, but it's only the ones who scare us on the road. I mean, I like those ones. On the highway, man, I like that.
There is, when it comes to riding fast, you can ride fast and be safe, and you can ride fast and put yourself at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with that, you have also had a lot of fatalities, you guys.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
fatalities.
yes.
I think the closest I remember is, I can't mention, but I remember the one at South Sea. It was like a big guy.
Yes.
That was big, you know. Something, I knew the bike.
I've
I
lost.
knew the bike.
Yeah.
I knew that bike,
The bike itself. You knew the rider.
the rider.
Oh my.
Man,
What
the guy was something. And the thrill.
Yeah.
I think if you do that to me, it's like taking me on the roller coaster.
Well, the feeling is almost the same.
Do you have opportunities where somebody like me, I can sit behind your bike and you just take me through the thrill?
Yes. I'll gear you up.
But then you have to dress me in sponge and everything available so that even if I fall, I bounce. You know?
I'll
I'd
put you
want
in the
that.
right gear. It's something we can
You
do.
organize.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think we're going to talk about that matter, about apart from the thrill and all that. We talk about your project, but what about the safety? I want us to discuss about the safety.
Safety.
Yeah.
So,
How? I mean, you cannot overemphasize.
yes.
What do you guys do for safety?
Number one, one thing I insist upon, even in business, to a client, is before you get the bike, get the gear. And before you get the gear, get the training.
Before you get the bike, get the gear.
Yes.
Before you get the gear, get the
the
training.
training.
Wow.
Yes.
I think that's good.
With that line of, with that schedule of doing things, you avoid putting yourself in unnecessary risk. Because once you get the training will help you understand, number one, the dynamics of riding, because riding is very dynamic. You need to be able to handle a bike in the rain, handle a bike in traffic. You need to be able to ride a sports bike and adventure bike, because there are also different types of
there
bikes.
are sports bikes and adventure bikes.
Yes, there are.
You know, we are so blinded by Rudy. That thing. That thing, man. We only think.
So there are
Sports
bikes,
bike,
adventure bikes,
bikes,
cruisers. Yes, enduros. Enduros are the guys you
let's
see.
go slowly. Really educate us. Sports bikes.
Sports bikes. So sports bikes are the ones you see the rider is
Leaning completely
into the bike.
Yes.
So those will do top speeds of 280, 300 kph.
280.
Yes.
Hey.
Nowadays there's some which will go past the 300 mark.
On our roads.
Yes. That's a bike that will do 200 kph on gear 4. And you have 2 more gears with you.
So if we are going to Mombasa, that's how many hours? That's 2 hours, 3 hours. At max.
The best, I don't know whether I should say this on air, but the best time I've had somebody do Nairobi to Mombasa was under 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours? Yes. There's no point of taking a flight. Anyway.
So those are sports bikes.
Sports bike.
Then there are adventure bikes. Adventure bikes are the bikes that you see guys put boxes at the back.
Yeah.
With luggage.
Silver.
Yeah. Those are bikes that you'll go with long distance very comfortably. You'll go off-road with. It's basically the Land Rover of a bike. Yes.
Okay.
There are cruisers.
Cruisers.
Cruisers are the guys you see.
The guys who sits,
yes.
you know. Don't they get tired?
They don't.
I saw one. I was going to Thika.
Yeah.
I hope it's not you.
Hopefully it's not.
I was going to Thika and it was raining.
Okay.
I have this guy, you know, we reached up around Juja and the rains were beating and the guy just seated. I would only see him do this. You know? I'm sure that guy was very tired.
He was enjoying himself.
But then, you know, I was observing.
Okay.
He had these fly jackets.
Okay.
You know,
With
the flies. You know,
the flies.
and when they would go like this and water. You know,
Trust
just
me, he was
admire the
having-
guy. You know,
Yeah.
and,
Having the best time of his life.
my goodness,
In the rain.
and the boots. I looked at the guy top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
Yeah.
It seems you
I like bikes.
You want to get in
I
there. but
like bikes. You need to introduce me into bikes.
I should.
Next time, I should come here with gear.
Yes.
Helmet.
Bala.
Tamini wakilisha wananchi. Yeah. So we had the adventure bike. We
So
said
we have
sports
bikes, adventure bikes.
Now we are cruisers.
And then we have enduros.
And enduros.
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 ENDURO. Enduro.
That sounds South American.
Well, it's kind of, it's more European. But enduro bikes are the bikes that you see at Jamhuri Park. Those that jump over
Yes.
rocks. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They are very nimble, very powerful, very torquey. Very nimble. You can flip them around easy. Dropping them, there is no much damage the bike will get. So they're very enjoyable to ride. And usually they are the best bikes for kids when they're starting.
Yes.
So kids will be better placed starting on an enduro bike and then finding their way once they understand the dynamics.
You said kids.
Yes.
Can I bring you my boy?
Yes.
He's an adventure guy. It's only that I fear for him.
Let me give you a quote. They say you introduce your kids to bikes, and when they get to their teenage years, they won't have money for drugs.
Wow. He's a teenage. He's in Form 3.
Okay.
And I think you become our friend now. So are we done with the bikes? The enduros?
So they're enduros, and then now there are other categories of bikes like the muscle bikes. Muscle bikes are bikes above 1200 cc.
Okay.
That tend to be very torquey, and the sitting position is upright. There are off-road bikes.
Off-road bikes.
Yes, but
so
those
we
are
have more types of bikes.
Yes.
Average cost. You know, I've seen. I was in your shop, so I've seen average costs.
For a sports bike, brand new, you'll be looking at upwards of 2 million.
Boss.
Yes.
You need 4x4.
Unfortunately,
2 million.
bikes are not, they don't
That's
come.
a 4x4, my friend.
Yeah. And so we're speaking 1,000
Sasa
cc.
mtu akona probox akikusikia si hata mtakosana.
Wanaonanga adverts zangu wanaongea matope.
Probox na hii kitu.
Utanyeshewa.
Haiwezi kubeba majani. Na utanyeshewa.
Na utanyeshewa.
Hey. Kwa hivyo ni change.
Yeah, but those are brand new. You don't need to necessarily buy a brand new bike. You can get a clean, well-used second hand for a lot cheaper.
Is it, but it's ex-UK or ex-Europe or something?
Ex-UK you'll get for under 2M, average of around 1.5, 1.8. And then you'll get clean, local used ones for an average of around 900K.
We are going to a break, eh? In a few.
Okay.
Is it that Uganda has a higher population of bikers than Kenya?
Yes.
You know, I've been to Uganda.
Okay.
I think Uganda has a high population of bikers.
Yes. Yes. And they also have the advantage where their import regulations are not as strict as ours.
And I've seen some bikes show from Uganda into Kenya.
It's a loophole people use. Yeah.
Yeah, because I tend to think Uganda has more bikers.
Yes.
Because, well, I have enough stories. So you see, I follow up. Eh?
Yes, I can tell. I can tell. You have the details.
You normally have bikers events.
Yes, we do. We have annual events.
Are we invited? You know, you guys are community, bana. You know, the way you show up, we can't come. You know, everybody's in leather jackets and boots. You know, if you show up, you're not chungulia too, maybe.
No. It's usually open to the public. Recently, we had a race at Whistling Moran, and it was open to the public. Yes. It's only that.
You know, amazingly.
Yes.
I think I'll be on your neck on this one.
Okay.
We don't get to know about bikers a lot. I think you guys talk among yourselves. You just talk among yourselves. Leo tukutane Whistling Moran. Tukutane.
Ni kama mafundi wa mbao. Mafundi wa mbao, stories zao zikuwa za mafundi wa mbao. So it gets hard to get the information unless you have that interest, you have that biking interest in you. So sometimes we'll run adverts even on mainstream media, and
you won't notice, eh?
You will notice. If you're not interested, you will notice. Itakupita tu.
But unajua, you need to remove the trauma out of our face, because nduthi wametuweka trauma. So you need to say, this is not nduthi, it will take our attention.
That's why we appreciate an opportunity like this.
Hey, man.
To corner your stereotype.
I'm telling you, for me, I mean, I like the bikes, but wait. Now at least today I've learned something. There are more than 5, types of bikes around, and we need to do. We're going for a break. When we come back, we're going to look at what we call community and social responsibility you guys are taking.
Okay.
And I think I like what you're doing.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, you heard that. Introduce your child to a bike. When he's a teenager, he will have no money for drugs. See you after the break.
Good marketing makes the company look smart. Great marketing makes the customer feel smart. Are you looking for a place to advertise your upcoming conference, church meeting, or ladies' meeting? Look no further. Elevate TV is offering you a chance to advertise from as low as 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Talk to us today. Call us on 0705 872237.
Something leave Jesus this conference and fall upon you. Pastor Sunda Juma invites you to the annual Women of Power Conference 2023, taking place on Friday 21st and Saturday 22nd April 2023 at the Apostolic House, Kenya Cinema Plaza, Moi Avenue, Nairobi. The theme of this year's conference is For Such a Time as This, drawn from Esther chapter 4 verse 14. Ministering alongside Pastor Sunta Juma shall be God's General, Bishop Margaret Wangare.
There is no other name higher than the name of Jesus.
Friday sessions will run from 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. This conference will be aired live on Elevate TV and its social media platforms. Women of Power Conference 2023, for such a time as this.
Well, some call it an adventure, some call it a way of life. That's the biker's quote.
Yes.
It's a way of life.
It's a way of life.
Let me ask you something, Mike.
Go ahead.
I'll get on your case a bit today. I want you to tell me something. Are bikers criminals? I'm not even...
No, you're not.
You know? And you know where I'm coming from.
I understand.
You know, I think we are a people who have been fed by TV. You know, it's like ushaona jamaa siku hizi nasikia inaitwa story ya Jaba. These guys who watch crime movies,
yeah,
and detective movies. So akilanda tao kwa 3 unaona hata anaanza kucheka. That's the way it is. So they are not criminals. I think they are normal people.
Yes.
We need to accept that they are normal people.
Normal
like
people.
my neighbor. My neighbor is a guy with a family, a wonderful guy. Actually, on Sundays, he even has a car.
Okay.
So sometimes you would see him take the children with the car,
Yeah.
then come back in the afternoon, change the
right.
gear. Man,
Yes.
you'll love it. That look, eh? You know, I'm just trying to clear the air about the myths about bikers.
About bikers.
Are bikers dangerous? Do they wake up in the morning and say, today I'll mess up the guys on the road, you know?
No. We are just normal human beings out there. We are fathers, sons, brothers, sisters, mothers, people with careers. We have doctors who ride. We have lawyers who ride.
My friend is a doctor. She rides.
Yeah. We have hawkers who ride. We are biking is that one thing that comfortably fits in every
Cuts across
social status.
It's something that I think. What do you think? Do you think our community is it something that is ingrained in our community, or is just coming in?
It's just coming in. Yes. Unfortunately, as you've said, we still have that stereotype still within our population. So guys are yet to understand what biking is all about. We've been labeled cultists.
Yeah.
We've been labeled robbers.
Yeah.
But
Are bikers antisocial? You know?
no, we are not. We are actually very social people. Until I told you I'm an introvert, I doubt you love.
I mean, you guys live like your own village.
We are just a close-knit community. We are just a very close-knit community, but yeah, we are just normal people out there living life, trying to make the best out of it. Yeah.
What are some of the most positive things you can talk about bikers?
Oh, many. We have groups. For example, the Lady Bikers have they have a project where
We should have done the lady bikers. You should have come with the lady
with
biker.
the Lady Biker.
Yeah.
The ladies are doing an amazing job.
We're going to do one. The next time you have an event, let me know.
Yeah, I will. I definitely will. So they were buying sanitary towels for a certain school, I think in Kajiado. I think it was in Kajiado. I don't have the details exactly. We have biker groups that support children's homes.
Wow.
We have biker groups that do all sort of charity work out there. Yes. So,
It's amazing.
yeah.
So you are good people.
We are good people. We are very good, positive people.
So you are involved in charity work. you
Yes.
know?
Yes,
Then
we do, for example, the Thika Road, I belong to a Nyumba Kumi, for Thika Road riders, we call ourselves Thika Road Nyumba Kumi. A couple of years back, we were supporting a children's home in Goliba. Is it Goliba?
Goliba.
Goliba, Thika, yes. And we did a well for them.
A well?
Yes.
Where do you get this money?
From amongst ourselves.
Ukiride tu pesa inachomoka ma.
Unajua hao watu wako majob, so ukiwaambia we have a charity thing that we're doing, guys, they're very generous. Bikers are very generous.
Bikers are
people.
generous.
Yes,
I
very
agree with
generous
you.
people.
Actually, real bikers, in
Yes.
fact, even on the road you can tell. They
Yes.
give you way. There's a lady who, on my route.
Yeah.
She rides those bikes, the adventure bikes,
Yeah,
with
with the bags.
with the bags, those two big cabinets.
Yes.
You know, and the back one.
And the back one.
I can tell she's a lady.
Yeah.
Even the way she rides, she'll tell you. You know.
Yes. We are very
She gives
good, polite
way.
people.
She keeps on this. Actually, she doesn't keep, the way going in
weaving
between
through
cars.
traffic, yeah.
She keeps on a lane, and I really find her to be very positive.
Yes.
She's a very positive. Though there's another one. Wanatusomeanga. You drive anakupita nakwambia,
Wafanya nini?
no, watu bana. So you guys are, I know, you're just good guys
Yes.
out there.
Yes. Yes.
Involved in community
Yes.
work, and but I think I have to literally say, I think the bike has not been felt. The bikers have not been felt.
Yes.
And is it because they are few?
One, we are few, and then two, we are overshadowed by border riders.
Yes.
So the moment a normal person thinks about a bike, the first thought that comes to them is usually disturbing.
Yeah.
It's usually a negative thought.
And so let me ask you, knowing that, and because you know that,
Yes.
what have you done to get into the borders and try to to interact with them?
Okay, as riders, we tend to have a policy whereby, as individuals, in your individual capacity, we try and influence the border riders around us. So, for example, you'll find, like in business, you have a delivery guy. You have that border person who will take you from point A to B whenever you're in a hurry. You can't ride for your bike for one reason or another. So we have the tendency to influence the border riders immediately, who are immediate in our circle.
Okay.
And then we also try and have community programs where we outreach to the border guys, do safety training for them, do road rescue and emergency response training. We do highway codes with them, training on highway codes, and because you'll find these border riders, the mistakes they do is out of ignorance.
Actually, I think it's not even out of ignorance. It's something else. But and I think that thing about safety, what you called it, emergency rescue.
Yes.
I think that's one of the areas I think we need, because
Yes,
most of
yes.
them, when you find them injured, they don't even know what to do. They just gather around them like bees.
Yes.
They don't know what to do.
Yes.
I once carried one.
Yeah.
I took him to hospital.
Yeah.
Man, the guy was, unfortunately, he was drunk.
Well, that's the unfortunate bit. That's why
The guy had been banged,
proper.
And then they are all hanging around there like bees. They're not helping the guy.
Yeah.
So I think in the area of safety, teaching them on first aid is very key.
Yes.
And the rescue
Yes.
aspect.
Very, very.
So that they also don't, as they are milling around a person, waiting for a lift or something, trying to stop cars by force to carry their knees,
Yeah.
is not the best.
You'll also find, even in car accident scenes, border riders usually will be the first responders. And how they evacuate the victim really plays a big role and a big impact in the survival chance of the victim.
Wow, tell me, is this true? They say if you want to enjoy adventure,
Yes.
don't drive.
Yes, don't drive.
Just ride.
Just right. Just right.
If you want to go to the open country,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
there's a guy, he was, you know, the tea plantations of Kericho.
Yeah.
You know, there's a road that meanders round. Eh?
Yes.
Hey, hey, the guy.
That should be my friend. If I'm not wrong, then
That's your friend. I'm watching you guys.
Could
I'm
be a
watching
pug
you
over
guys.
him, bro.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
I can see. I can see.
Hey, you know, they make you want to be on that bike and enjoy that ride, you know.
You trust me. You do that, you'll enjoy.
You know, it's like the,
You'll enjoy.
you see that guy, you say, wow.
A trip from here to Kericho in a car is a burden. A trip from here to Kericho on a bike is you actually can't sleep the night
But the
before.
beauty is the gear. Is you are well geared.
yes, yes.
The cold, everything.
It doesn't affect you in any way.
Wow. Well, I think we need to go into something else. You know, they say if you want to learn adventure, stay around a biker. I don't know. Now, we talked about all these things. You're doing, there's an initiative you're on.
Yes.
Did you talk about it? And remember, this Wednesday program specifically is about opportunities. What are the opportunities around bikers and bikes?
Okay.
Yes.
So we're doing a community safety program, and we are targeting both the private riders and also the commercial riders.
Okay.
That's border guys, delivery and the delivery guys. So the training is centered around road safety. That's how to ride, basically. Road use, that's road regulations and the highway code. And then we're also training them on first aid and emergency response.
This is the motorcycle, what you're calling the Africa Motorcycle Diaries.
Motorcycle diaries, yes.
Wow, okay.
Yes, so
You guys have 160 followers, 160,000 followers.
Yes.
That's on Facebook.
yes.
Wow.
And over 50% of that is in Nairobi alone.
50% is in Nairobi.
In Nairobi alone.
You know, Nairobi is an interesting city. People are just hata kwa maandamano wako tu mtandao. Anyway, that's not good. But I mean, I saw you guys have 160,000. Shay.
Yes.
Okay. So what are you doing with this partnership? You know, African Motorcycle Diaries.
Yes. So it's an online training program, and we are targeting to get at least 50,000 riders. Of those 161, we are targeting to get at least 50,000 riders involved. Hopefully more commercial riders than private riders, because private riders also tend to get these trainings in their own individual capacities. We find there are more private riders who are better trained than there are border riders. So we're also really calling upon the border community to come on board and join.
On these initiatives that you take, do you have corporate sponsors?
Yes, we are hoping to get some of the motorcycle dealers on board, such as Honda, Mega, Yamaha Kenya. Hopefully, one of them is watching the program. And
Yeah, because I think they need to come in and be able, you see, there's sometimes to authenticate something.
yes,
Because, I think there is a need for that.
there is.
But then also your activities need to be visible also
True.
and impacting, which I believe they are, because safety is a major area.
True.
Statistics show that actually in our what you call government hospitals,
Yeah.
they had even to come up with a ward
Yes.
for motorcycle riders
Accidents. Yes.
because of the accidents. That means there's a gap there.
Yes.
In the area of safety,
Yes.
there is a gap, and somebody needs to take it very seriously. Either the riders themselves, or somebody, or a body, or somebody has to come in
To take responsibility.
And you know why I get worried about this thing? Eh? We have so many sellers of these things,
Yes.
but none of them is involved in the safety of the same. None among them.
True.
None among them. I mean, that to me, That to me sends a wrong message.
It does. That's very, very true.
There's a myth going around.
Yes.
I'm sure you are a biker, you should know it. And if you don't know it, you tell us. There's a myth going that those bikes were brought to reduce our population. not the big bikes.
Yeah, the boda bodas.
Yes.
Not true. To be honest,
I
not
mean,
true.
those guys.
It's what happened was an opportunity was provided, and it was provided without guidelines.
Without regulations.
Without regulations.
And you're right. Without regulations,
Yes.
no guidelines,
No
and then it has a
guidelines.
political angle.
Yes.
Because when you go to Rwanda, you'll be amazed.
Yes.
The order.
And it can also be replicated.
That means it is an
It's
industry
possible.
that can be
Regulated.
regulated
Yes.
and
Yes.
put into order.
And put into
I
order.
mean, you know there are those things you see in your dream,
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you pinch yourself. You just see a boda guy kwa lights.
Ananapita.
Kwa lights amengoja tu in Rwanda.
Yeah.
You see them, everybody with a helmet and the number plate.
Yeah.
And you see with a jacket.
Yes.
They ride like a vehicle. They stay on a lane. Then when you come to Kenya, you think like you've had an accident.
Well, what happens here is that, number one, I don't know whether it's us as a society, but we tend to do things.
I think it's a societal issue because we also don't love country.
I think so.
Because those guys are so proud to be Rwandese. When you talk to them,
Yes.
they say, this is our country. You talk to a Boda Boda guy, say, this is our country. We need to make... And I think do you think we need to begin to instill nationhood?
Yes. Yes. I mean, the Boda Boda community in this country is extremely huge, and there is potential for anything and everything in that
I was
community.
waiting to hear rogue.
So yes, I think we should instill values in this people.
Yeah, the values of nationhood, the values of ownership, because we have a challenge in the area of these guys. These guys are...
I mean, if you look at what the government was trying to do when they introduced the Boda Boda sector, it was to provide an opportunity for guys who didn't have an opportunity.
Yes, employment. Yeah.
So number one, you need to realize the skill level of these guys.
Hey,
You need to put effort into training them, into teaching them about the highway code, because you'll find a Boda Boda guy riding on the wrong side of the highway. Not
daily.
Yeah, and it's because they don't know the risk that they are putting themselves in.
I witnessed something.
Yes.
I've never forgotten that thing.
Yes.
It took several years to stay in my mind,
Okay.
to come out of my mind.
Okay.
I was in a certain town, I will not mention,
Okay.
and it was an election season.
Okay.
So I'd gone to that town for some assignment, and in the town there's a stadium
Okay.
where people go to play soccer in the evenings, things like that. So this politician came and gave, I think, 60 bikes
Okay.
to youth.
To the youth.
Do you know, they went to the stadium.
Yeah.
A guy sits behind him, shows him how to hold, how to change gear. They go around like 10 times. The guy goes out to carry a passenger.
And he's okay. Yeah.
Do you know we found one at the roundabout murdered by a vehicle?
Yeah.
Killed.
That is.
So that's the training we are talking about.
Yes.
That's the training they have.
They have.
Actually, the training most people have is how to ride a bike
And that's
nothing
it.
else.
Nothing else.
It's like these people who just know how to drive a car. You take it this way.
You hold the steering
Yeah.
indicator and he.
But then you see there are more things, safety, you
Yes.
know, you need to know the highway code,
highway
you need to
code,
know
yes.
you need to know traffic lights,
Yeah.
you need to understand some of the signs on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, so you guys have a real opportunity then.
That's true, and we are trying to decimate the information and get rid of the ignorance.
I think you need to talk to those people who sell those things to come up with even if it's a training school for these guys, a refresher course which is free, because those guys will not pay you.
Well, yes, that's true. There is an opportunity for them there, but you'll find that capitalism takes the forefront. Unfortunately. Recently, we had an argument on the AMD group on Facebook about the kind of helmets that are out there.
Aye.
And one thing that came
those
out,
are not helmets,
those
brother.
are exactly, those are not helmets.
Those
It's a shell.
are not helmets. Actually, if one falls on them, they kill him.
Yeah,
The helmet will kill the guy.
yeah. I actually say to some point that it is better to ride without
Yeah.
a helmet than to ride with
That
a
thing
helmet.
is cracking
Yeah.
and is glass.
Yes.
You know, it's piercing
It's
the head.
piercing your head.
I saw it one day fall off from a guy and it just split.
Yeah. But you'll find that it's a government regulation that once you're selling a bike, you sell it with a helmet.
But then the quality of the helmet, does that matter?
Nobody factors in the
By
quality.
the way, which
of the
body of this country is involved with those things? Is it the NTSA?
NTSA, yes. NTSA and CAMS.
Those guys are overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
They have your driving license, they have your car.
Yeah.
They will not do that. So these are part of the things, or this is part of the advocacy you're doing?
Yes. So
Okay.
this is part of the advocacy that we're doing, to just basically try and do our part.
Yeah.
To educate these guys, to educate them on the risk involved in riding. We have our own personal experiences, things that we've gone through, that we realized if we could have done something different, things will have turned out different, you know. And we're using these personal experiences to also get to the boda riders, because there's no reason for you to learn with your own experience when you can learn from mine.
Let me provoke you.
Go ahead.
I think for us to know more about you guys, you need to get involved in a lot of things. You need to get involved in national issues, maybe.
Okay.
Break the community and get to national issues. Get into corporate things, corporate functions.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, creating a line to bring in someone, you know. Getting involved means, I think, getting even to be felt, because I think there is need for a stronger voice out there because of bikers, and also to be able to come in and say these are just people around you, and to show that you do more than just biking.
True.
You know, there's this notion that you guys just sit on your bike morning to evening, morning to evening,
on the streets.
morning to evening. You don't even feel the fuel cost, just morning to evening. You get in to me a palm oil, man.
I hear you.
And I think it's. I would want to see more of you. To be honest, I would want to see more of you beyond the road.
Yeah.
Getting involved in other events. There are so many events.
Yes.
I think the bikers can be involved in,
Yes.
and even functions.
Yes.
Touching the normal lives of people.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever thought even going into a school? Just going to a school, let the children feel the bike. Could be that's the key.
That's the key. True.
Let them feel the bike. Let them know that the biking is not a bad thing. You don't need to do. There are people. I was talking to a teacher, and she said something amazing. She said there are students you will teach. They will never listen to. They will never understand the teacher.
Yeah.
But then somebody from outside there, whom maybe they look up to, just say the same thing. They will pick it forever.
That's true. That's very true.
So I think you need to think about that. Going advocacy into schools.
Yeah.
Right now we have great bad vices in the school, and you guys can go in there and do something.
Yes, we have a mentorship program that we run. Nairobi Kchael also has a mentorship program.
I know you guys. I even know you have a service in Nairobi Kchael. I know. I follow you. You think I don't know?
it's
the biker service. I know it.
It's coming out clear.
Yeah. So I even know where the last one was.
Nice one. Yeah. So we try, but unfortunately, the stereotype that we face, our biggest challenge is the stereotype that is held.
But then I will use your same quote.
Yes.
You don't have to wait for the stereotype to go. You need to learn how to ride into it.
To ride into it, yeah.
Yes. Ride into it and hit the storm, because the stereotype won't change by hiding.
That's true.
The stereotype will come out when we come out and say, no, we are bikers.
True.
We are not drug guys. We are not bad people.
True.
We are not criminals.
True.
Yeah, we are fathers. You come with your family.
Yeah.
You know, we are parents, you know. We are normal guys. I am a psychologist.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a doctor. I mean, that's, and you know, it will take advocacy. It will take it will take a bold step from yourselves.
That's true.
Because, honestly speaking, you will not remove the stereotype by saying there's a stereotype.
By sitting back.
Ah, no. You're sound. Learn from the politicians.
This one.
Yeah, go out there.
Yeah.
Let's see you out here, and I really want to. And I think you have channels. You have Elevate. You have other channels you can use to just come up sponsoring certain initiatives, and just being in certain initiatives yourselves would help for us to. You see, for me today, there are some things that have gone away.
Okay.
I've just discovered you are just normal guys.
Out there doing their
thing. Not suicidal, not nini. You're just normal guys.
Normal people.
Yeah, so you'll see me on a bike.
Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
No. You will take me to a bike. You and your friends.
No problem. No problem.
Well, I want you to talk about your bikes.
Okay.
I give you the opportunity to sell a bike. This is a 5-second pitch.
5-second pitch. To sell any bike. Okay.
Yeah, sell any bike you have. I saw some in your shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
disclaimer, sio bei kidogo.
Okay. We have assorted bikes. We have beginner bikes that fall in different classes, from beginner bikes, intermediate bikes, to the bikes for more experienced riders. Beginner bikes tend to range from an average of between 200 to around 500,000. You'll get a clean beginner bike, a sports bike, an adventure bike, whatever bike that you want to go for. For beginner bikes, I usually recommend 400 cc's and below, nothing above that, because you have to factor in the power the bike has, the weight of the bike, and all that. We also have the intermediate bikes. These are bikes ranging now from 500 cc to around 700, 800 cc. So these are for adventure bikes. We have bikes like the F800 GS, we have the FZ 07 Yamaha street bikes, sports bikes, the Yamaha R6.
Talk Swahili. I mean, I'm just joking.
The Yamaha R6, we have a number of them in stock, and then for the more experienced bikes, we have the GS 1200 in stock, averaging at around 2.5. We also have the sports bikes, the big bikes. Average for a sport bike, I used one should around 1.3, 1.4. For a new import, you'll be looking at around 1.9 and upwards of 2M for a new one. We have the cruisers in stock. Yeah, basically we have the whole range of motorcycles in stock. We also provide import options. So for somebody who would prefer to import his own unit, we provide that service. So we do the sourcing, the handling, the shipping, and everything, duty, registration, and everything.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. Where are you located?
We are located at Roysambu, opposite PSC University.
Park University.
Yes.
I know the place.
Yes.
I know Park University.
Yes.
You get
Right
to Roysambu, take
Yes.
a left. And the road is done now.
Yes, the road is very smooth. Access is very
Wonderful.
nice.
I think it's been great to have you, Mike.
It's been a
I
pleasure.
think we should have more of this. Next time we should have Mbogi.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should.
We should
yes,
come
we
with
should.
Mbogi and the dress code.
Gear, full gear riding.
We should have the Mbogi and the gear. We should do it. We wouldn't mind covering one of your events, by the way. We would come into
awesome.
the race or something.
I will be sure to invite you.
Yeah, just
I'll
tell
be
them
sure to
we'll come
invite
with
you.
these guys. You just give them helmets in case they fall.
I'll be sure to invite you.
Yeah. We really would want to be part of positive change.
Okay.
That's our work.
Okay.
You know, kingdom is our work, and we want to also bring the element of God into all these things.
Yeah.
And that's why we are Elevate, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
lifestyle.
I really want to appreciate you, short notice and quick response.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think I have to admit that this guy is not easy to get. He's always on the highway.
Thank
He's
you.
always on the highway, and I'm glad to have him. And even to let's introduce you to Elevate. I'm sure now you'll go and watch Elevate.
Yes,
Make sure
yes,
you watch
yes,
Elevate and be part of what you do. So I can't add to that. If you're looking for adventure, get yourself a bike. Stop watching movies. That's all I could tell. That's all we could do. We say goodbye. Have yourself a great day, Mike. You need to adios, these guys.
Adios.
See you next time.